What is going on, guys? It is Dylan the Machete here, currently training at a Muay Thai and MMA. I've been fighting every month for the last few months. My body's been dealing with it pretty well, so we're going to be chatting about how you can do it as well. So without further ado, we're going to be going into tip number 1, which is train hard. Now, this sounds pretty obvious, but you need to condition your body to be able to deal with it. So how do you do this? Obviously, kicking the bag a lot is going to densen up your shins. Running a lot is going to densen up your shins. Ever since I went to Bangkok last year and I come back to Australia, my shins have been super dense. I very rarely get sore shins after fights and I kick pretty fucking hard. So make sure that you're doing those runs, whether it be long runs, short runs, sprints. You got to get them all in. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure that you're not doing stupid shit like they do in karate movies where they're whacking each other with steel poles on their shins and all that. That's just not necessary. Just make sure you're kicking the bag hard. Make sure you're training hard. Make sure you're just doing all that type of stuff. Running, skipping. You can do tibialis raises to strengthen up your shins, which I'll get back to later. You can do all these types of things and it's going to generally make your body hard. You can do body conditioning, whether it be taking stomach punches, taking leg kicks, you know, making sure that you're slowly building up. Not that you're going to be taking 10 hard leg kicks, but maybe 30, 50, 60% and slowly building up that density in your legs. Getting someone to punch you in the stomach or kick you in the stomach, slowly building up that tolerance. And that is over time going to make your body so much tougher, and it's going to end up making your body a lot stronger and being able to withstand a fight every month. Tip number 2 is get your defense on point. So why is defense so important? Obviously, if you're getting hit less in a fight, you're going to be able to fight more often. So if you're taking big head damage every fight or you're getting your legs chopped every fight, it's going to take longer to recover. It's going to take you longer to get back to training and all that jazz. So make sure that you're practicing your defense. So what are some specific things that you can do to practice your defense? One thing that I love doing back home, and I do it a little bit in Thailand, is action-reaction drills. So you'll have a partner in front of you, they'll be throwing one combination and you just got to defend it. So you might catch, boom, boom, check, check, and then move. And then you're going to go to your partner, you're going to attack them, and then they're going to come back to you. So you're going to make sure your defense are on point, make sure your checks are good, make sure that your guard is good, whether it's a long guard, a tight guard, Philly shell, whatever guard works best for you. You're going to mix your guards up, obviously, and not be predictable. Mix your guards up, make sure your parries are on point, make sure your movement is on point, do all that, get good at your defense, and you're going to be able to preserve your body and fight a lot more often. Tip number 3 is manage your recovery. Now, it is kind of a myth that in Thailand they train 8 hours a day, non-stop, smashing their bodies, doing all that, and it's really not like that. Yes, we do train hard, but our very, very hard training is usually only 2 to 3 weeks before a fight. We're always training, and it's very kind of not easy, but it's very technical. You're hitting everything hard, but it's not like you're getting smashed every session. You're not getting smashed every session until you're about 2 weeks out from a fight, and you need to manage this with your coaches. Even if you get close to a fight and you're thinking like, okay, I should be doing this hard training, but my hips are sore, I can't kick properly, I've got no power, I'm tired, you know, I feel I might get sick. Like, you got to have these conversations with your Thai coaches and be like, hey, this is what's going on in my body. And you need to build this relationship with your coach so that you can have these conversations with them. So be like, hey, you know, this is what's going on in my body. I feel like I need to take the afternoon off. Make sure that if you're going to take an afternoon off, that you use this time to recover your body properly. You're not going out and doing stupid shit. You're making sure that you're hitting the sauna, you're hitting the ice bath, you're getting a massage, you're doing all these things to make sure that your body comes back in a tip-top shape. That way you're able to train hard the next day. But also if you are fighting every month, you do need to kind of ride a bit of a wave. So the way that it's been explained to me by my coach back home, Mr. C, is that he said that fitness is not a constant line that goes up. It goes up and it goes down, and then it goes up and then it goes down. But the more you do this kind of wave, the higher your fitness is going to get. And he's very right when it comes to that. So you need to kind of figure out where your peaks and valleys are. Obviously, if you're on a down, you need to be like, okay, I might need to take a day off or an afternoon off. I might need to really recover on this day, whether it be like, okay, at nighttime I'm going to hit the sauna, ice bath, going to get to bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock, you know, make sure that your sleep's on point. You got to be able to manage this. Maybe you go to the gym and you just do some technical work, whether it be shadow boxing, or you just say to your trainer like, hey, I need to go easier today. Sometimes it's hard with the Thais because sometimes they'll just think you're being lazy. But if you've got a good relationship with your coach and you've been with them for a while, they will understand. You just got to keep that communication open and build a good relationship with them. Next tip we're going to be talking about is make sure that you're doing your recovery, especially after a fight. By this, I'm talking about foam rolling, ice bath, sauna, massage, all these little things that are going to take into a big account make sure that your body's on point. There's a sauna and ice bath near Bang Tao Gym, and there's another one opening up, so there's plenty of options around here. I always go to the sauna, and I try to make sure that my membership lines up to where the membership is ending about 5 days after my next fight. That way, whether I go to Koh Samui or I go to Bangkok or I go wherever I'm going to go, I go there, I have the fight, I'm back the next day, I'm straight to the sauna and ice bath. I'm doing that for the next 2-3 days, every day until the membership's out, just to make sure that my body is fully recovering, making sure that my shins are all good, making sure that my body, like if I got hit, making sure that everything is going down. That way I can get back to training very quickly. And when I get back to training, I'm not smashing my body. I'm slowly building up until I'm back to those 2 weeks out from a fight, and then bang, we're getting smashed again. And we're getting fit as fuck, getting ready to go again. Now, the last thing that you can do is resistance training. Resistance training, it doesn't need to be a full strength and conditioning workout. You can just do little things. Like, for example, you can do tibialis raises, which I mentioned before, just to strengthen up your shin bones so you're not getting shin splints. You can do Copenhagen planks to strengthen up the abductors. You can do things to strengthen up your hips and your glutes. There are plenty of exercises that you can do. You can YouTube these exercises. Make sure that you're doing a little bit of resistance training. Doesn't need to be every day, maybe every second or third day, just to make sure that your body is strong and it's dense and that you're not getting muscle imbalances and all that type of jazz. So guys, if you want to be a fighter, you got to fight as much as you can, especially if you're out in Thailand. You're going to be expected to fight monthly or every couple of months. Make sure that you're doing these things so your body is recovering and that you're able to push hard, train hard, and fight often. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure that you check out all my other videos down below. Make sure that you check out the channel, like, comment, subscribe. Check my shit down below. Make sure you're following me on social media, and I'll see you guys in the next video.